Hi YouTube, it's Lena and I'm here today with my A to Z Project Pan update. I have one empty, which is awesome. I almost had another one, but I'm already a day off from filming this, so I figured why wait. But I managed to finish my Yensa Pumpkin Turmeric 2-in-1 Radiance Polishing Mask. It was like right here last time, 2 more masks and it was done. Not surprised. So I will now go over everything else, including a couple of things that I either have rolled in or will be rolling in this month once something else finishes. But if you want to see everything that's in this project, I will link my playlist down below so you can start at the beginning. But for the most part, if I didn't use it this month, I don't tend to just show it and say, hey, I didn't use this, because I think that's kind of boring. But there is one product in here that is supposed to be in rotation right now, but I just happened to not use it last month that I do have sitting in front of me that I will mention very quickly when I get to it and say, hey, I didn't work on this. Sorry. Anyways, starting from the beginning, I have the Artist Couture highlighter in Coco Bling. It's the one that I depotted into this little Tarte powder thing. Despite using it all month, both on my cheeks and down the center of my face, the only time I didn't use it on my cheeks was today because I used a green highlighter to go with my green eyeshadow. It didn't change weight. It is still 16.9 grams and that infuriates me. Now I know there's not a lot of product, so I know most of the weight is coming from the packaging, but that was still a little bit bleh. So next is the product I'm rolling in for the Yensa, now that the Yensa is done, and it is the Purlisse Blue Lotus Seed Mud Mask and Exfoliant. I started using this once I finished the Yensa, so the B is for Blue Lotus because I'm trying to go in order. But so it started with it completely full and it is now down to here. I think I used it twice. So it'll probably get more usage this month, and we can see. It'll probably go similarly to this one, so this will probably not take me very long. This is the one that I use when I take a bath. I find mud masks are so much easier to remove just when you're taking a bath or a shower rather than trying to do it over the sink and it taking several minutes. So that's how I use them, and they go at a fairly nice clip when I use them like that. Next is something that I started working on last month. So I don't think I talked about it since the intro, but it is the Clinique Almost Lipstick in Pink Honey, C for Clinique. I will insert my paper progress here. So it doesn't have a ton of progress yet, but I've panned a couple of these of black honey before, and this has the same consistency. And that is, once you start using it, they tend to go fairly quickly. I will totally not be surprised if this is done by the end of this month. So next is H, and I forgot to mark this, so I will have to show you where I'm down to, but I promise I'll mark it when I'm done with this. But it is the L'Oreal Havana Camila Cabello Lip Dew, H for Havana. Last time we were here, as you can hopefully see, going by where I see like some demarcation, like I can start seeing through it. It looks like we're about right here. So this is going, I won't say fast, but it's not going slow either, especially for 6.3 milliliters of lip gloss, which is a crap ton. So, I mean, this is going to be in here for several more months, but I'm happy that it's getting like super regular usage because this thing is huge and can take a while. But it's beautiful and it has an amazing formula and smell, and I wish that I could figure out a cruelty-free dupe for it. Plus, they don't even sell it anymore anyway because it was limited edition. So I wish I could figure out something similar to that. Next is the product I have not used, but I brought out. It is the I Do Care, I for I Do Care, Disco Kitten Illuminating Diamond Peel-Off Mask. So I just completely blanked on this last month. My air went out twice. I've mentioned this in a couple of videos, and I was sick for like the last 4 days when I would have tried to at least get one usage in so that I could say that I used it for an update. So it just didn't happen. It still weighs it actually weighs 0.1 gram less because I weighed it for shits and giggles, and I got 128.0, so 0.1 grams evaporated probably, or my scales are just a little, they're not super accurate, but when I look inside, it looks like it's down to here. Now, when I use peel-off masks regularly, they go fairly quickly. It's just, you know, it's sticky. It tends to get in my eyebrows pretty much no matter what I do. It does, because peel-off masks, I can't apply them evenly. They don't like to peel off all at once, or I have to sit with them on for an hour to get all of it to dry. Neither of which is very awesome. So, if you like peel-off masks, that is technically a good one, but I'm trying to use up what I have and not bring any more in, because they're not awesome for your skin. Next is something I haven't started using just yet, but I'm going to start using tonight, because I literally finished my Avon body butter like this morning. But it is the Body Shop's Juicy Pear body butter, J for Juicy. Now I have went ahead and mixed in my highlighter, so it looks a little crazy in here right now, because to use up some, especially some darker liquid highlighters, I tend to mix them into lotions just to kind of get them used up and get them out of my life. Because my body could use a little bit of glow, and when it's spread out all over the body like that, you get like a subtle glow, but not like an intense bam pigment. So that's how it works well for me. So I didn't weigh it, because I'm sure it actually weighs a little bit more now, but the starting weight of just the product was 68.7 grams. I hope if I'm good with moisturizing, I can probably have it done in the next month, but I don't know, because I'm typically very bad about using my lotions. So we'll see with that one. Even though it's a mini, it might take me 2 months, but if I'm kind of in the swing of things, I can get it done pretty quickly. They're not that big. I just have to actually like use it. Next is my, did I bring it over? Yeah, okay, here it is. I've kind of lost track. It's the Tarte Micellar Magic Water, M for Micellar Magic Mineral, Micellar Magic Makeup Remover and Cleanser. There's a lot of M's in there, but we went from here to here because I'm now using it to remove makeup. This is one of those that's like, if I'd have used it like twice more for makeup in the past month, it would be done, but it's fine. It can be an empty for next month, that's okay. Next is O, which I have the Bite Beauty lipstick in Opal. Yep. I will insert the paper progress here. It's not a lot, but I've only been kind of using it for the past week. It's kind of like a lip balm-esque thing. Just to kind of get it used up, because that opal color just doesn't really mix well with anything, which is kind of the idea of it, is to kind of like give a little bit of dimension to another lipstick, but I've never been able to make it work that way. So I'm just trying to use it up kind of in a lip balm wear around the house fashion to get it used up so that I can get this duo, which I finished the other side of last year, out of my collection. Next is another thing that, given a couple of days, it would be done. It is the Purlisse Matcha Green Tea Antioxidant Priming Moisturizer. I picked it for P for Purlisse. It went from here to here in a month. Now, I will say probably about here to here was an air bubble. So that wasn't all progress, but most of it certainly was. I've been using it day and night because once I finished up something I was using for nighttime moisturizing, I just figured I'll start using this day and night to make sure that it gets done in a relatively speedy time frame, not realizing that it was going to make me absolutely burn through it. I'm not mad. I have a lot of moisturizers, full size even, so this doesn't necessarily need to hang around forever, but if I paid full price for this, I would only use it like during the day because I would want it to last more than, honestly, it would probably only last me like 2.5 to 3 months just using it straight morning and night every day for that. So. Whew, but that'll definitely be an empty next month. Next is something that I might repurpose, and I'll explain why. It is the Malin and Goetz Recovery Treatment Oil, R for Recovery. My progress is about the same, although it's hard to see because I couldn't find my silver marker, so I just did it in black. But I don't love this. there's nothing wrong with it per se. I just don't feel like it does enough. It's a oil mostly for moisturizing and it's supposed to help address the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, but I don't see it do much for that. It does moisturize and it feels nice. But I have a thing about face oils. If I don't see like visible results from them, like when I use, what is it? Something like I have oils with retinol in them. Those I see like visible results from and I tend to really enjoy them. So those I don't mind actually putting into my skincare routine. Something like this where, yeah, I get a little bit of moisturizing from it, but that's not something I desperately need. My skin is oily to begin with and the rest of my skincare regime takes care of any moisturizing that I might need. I might start using this as a bath oil. And I know that sounds kind of wasteful, especially since this is kind of expensive. But I mean, otherwise it's just gonna sit around in my collection, take forever to use up, and might even go bad because I've already had it for like a year. I don't know exactly when I got this. I got this in a Boxy Luxe box. So I would enjoy it just as much using it in the bath. I would go through it fairly quickly, get it as an empty, and I would feel that I enjoyed it. No, I would not purchase it for that. There's definitely like much cheaper straight up bath oils that you can get for that purpose. But sometimes you gotta repurpose products in your collection when you want to make sure that they get used up and don't go bad. So I very well might end up doing that because as far as an oil on my skincare regime, I'm using a Pixi oil right now that, while not as good as say like the Strivectin retinol oil that I like or the Sunday Riley Blue Lotus, not Blue Lotus, but blue something or other oil, both of those I see great results from. Not quite as much from the Pixi, but I do see enough results that I remember to use it. Something like this, I just don't remember to use. So I'm thinking use it up as a bath oil, it'll be fine. Really long splur of words for that. Next is something I'm going to be rolling in for the Purlisse moisturizer. It is the Murad Skin Perfecting Lotion. Just, you know, oil-free moisturizer that provides shine-free hydration to blemish-prone skin. It's perfect for me. I am breaking out right now, as you might be able to see, because you can really only cover that up with makeup so much. But it's still right here. I haven't used it yet, but next month it's going to have a bunch of progress, because like I said, that Purlisse is probably going to only last for a couple of days. So I just knocked my hair out of place. Don't be surprised to see some good progress on that next month. Next is tea, and I've rolled in the YSL Touche Clot Blur Primer, tea for Touche. I've only used it once, so it hasn't, it would probably be like right here if it's settled, but the consistency of this makes it not want to settle. This will probably be done next month. It's just, you know, primers and mini forms. I tend to go through those fairly quickly. It is a 10 milliliter one, so it's a little more than some, but don't be surprised if that's completely empty by the next update. Now, that is it for everything that I'm using right now. Now, I realized it's like next month, especially if I use up everything that I think I can use up, like say, I know these two will be empty. No effort put into them will be empty no matter what I do. If I actually like use stuff regularly, it's very likely at least these three are going to be empty as well. Maybe even this. So that's going to put me at like 6 empties right there. And I already have 7 empties, so I will be like halfway done by that point. And the thing is, I loaded this up with full-size moisturizers that I can really only work on like one at a time. So like first I worked on the Purlisse. Next I'm going to work on the Murad, which will take me at least a couple of months. Let's see, which other ones do I have? I have, let's see, the Knours Skin Meditation Gel Cream, which will be great for summer. And the Saturday Skin Glacial Water Cream. I have an Urban Decay foundation that I'm probably not going to use until at least summer, maybe even later, just because it's one that's going to take me a while. So I want to try and finish up every other foundation I want to finish this year first, and then just work on that for like 5 months straight. I will be rolling in the Tarte Double Duty Shape Tape Stay Spray Setting Spray. I think it's a long ass name. Next month, because I will more than likely be finishing this Cover FX, but I didn't show it for whatever reason. And I will be rolling in the Neutrogena Shine Control Primer next month. Or just whenever I do finish this YSL one right here. So given that, they're gonna start being really short updates unless I decide to roll in a few more products. I'm not going to this month because when I do it, it's going to depend on when I hit like that halfway mark. Because like I said, I have several of the same thing in here. And several products like say this lip gloss right here that are just gonna take like all year. So to make this a little more exciting, I might do like Danny's makeup did last year because she put in a bunch of like minis and easy stuff to finish. Kind of like I did this year, trying to make sure, probably doing like me and trying to make sure that, you know, having an empty or two every update just so that it's exciting, and then you finish like a whole bunch of crap at once, and then you have like 5 things that are going to take all year. It's a little more fun to try to, you know, randomly roll stuff in. So she used like a random letter generator and picked based on the letter, and I will do something similar if that comes up. Whew, I rambled there. So that is it. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I do really appreciate it, and hopefully I will see you later. Bye.